we are taught that the solar system is a clockwork mechanism. The planets orbit the sun, the moons orbit the planets, and everything moves in a predictable, stable rhythm that has lasted for billions of years. We find comfort in this stability. We believe that our cosmic neighborhood is a safe haven in the chaotic void of the universe. But this sense of security is a lie. Beyond the heliosphere, in the crushing darkness of interstellar space, there is a different kind of population. They are the orphans of the galaxy, planets that were violently ejected from their home systems, ripped away from their stars by gravitational chaos, and cast out into the void. Astronomers call them rogue planets. They do not orbit any sun. They do not have years. They do not have days. They only have an eternal, frozen night and a trajectory. Current models estimate there could be billions of them in the Milky Way alone, possibly outnumbering the stars themselves. Most of them drift slowly, ghostly wanderers in the dark. But there is a subclass of these rogues that keeps astrophysicists awake at night. These are the hypervelocity planets. These are worlds that didn't just drift away, they were kicked out. Slingshotted by supermassive black holes or the explosion of supernovae, they are traveling at speeds that defy comprehension, traversing the galaxy like cosmic bullets. And statistically, it is only a matter of time before one enters our solar system. We wouldn't see it reflecting sunlight until it was already past Jupiter. We wouldn't feel its gravity until the tides on Earth began to rise uncontrollably. Today, we are simulating the ultimate cosmic nightmare. We are tracking 10 specific rogue planetary scenarios, theoretical and discovered objects, that are currently moving on intercept vectors with the inner solar system at velocities approaching the impossible. If you want to uncover the threats that NASA watches in the dark, hit that subscribe button right now. Join us as we look into the abyss. And turn on notifications, because the only warning you might get is the one we give you today. 1. The Vantablack Wanderer, the stealth killer. Our first target is perhaps the most insidious because it is the hardest to see. In 2011, astronomers discovered a class of planets similar to TRES-2b, gas giants that are darker than coal, reflecting less than 1% of the light that hits them. Now, imagine such a planet that has gone rogue. This object is a Jupiter mass engine of gas and crushing gravity, moving at 30,000 miles per hour. That sounds fast, but in cosmic terms, it is a silent stalker. The danger of the Wanderer is its stealth, because it has no star to heat it. Its surface temperature is near absolute zero. It emits almost no infrared radiation. Because it is physically black, it reflects no starlight. It is a hole in space. If this planet were on a collision course with Earth, our telescopes would not spot it. The first sign of its arrival wouldn't be visual. It would be gravitational. As it pierced the Oort cloud, it would send a rain of comets hurtling toward the inner solar system. By the time it crossed the orbit of Saturn, its gravity would begin to perturb the orbits of the outer planets. We would see Jupiter wobble before we saw the cause. The Wanderer is the ultimate stealth killer, a planet that proves that in space, what you can't see is far more dangerous than what you can. 2. The galactic slingshot, the relativistic projectile. Stealth is terrifying, but speed is the true destroyer. At the center of our galaxy lies Sagittarius A, a supermassive black hole. Occasionally, a binary star system drifts too close to this monster. The gravity of the black hole rips the system apart, devouring one star and ejecting the other at hypervelocity. But theoretical models suggest that a planet can be stripped from its star during this interaction and flung outward at speeds exceeding 6 million miles per hour, a fraction of the speed of light. This is a relativistic rogue. This planet is not just drifting. It is traveling so fast that it would traverse our entire solar system in a matter of weeks. The physics of an impact at this speed are incomprehensible. If the galactic slingshot were to impact Earth, it wouldn't be a collision. It would be an atomization. The kinetic energy release would be greater than the sun's output for an entire second. But even a near miss would be fatal. The sheer velocity of the planet passing Earth would create a gravitational shockwave, ripping our atmosphere away instantly and pulling Earth out of its habitable orbit, casting us into the freezing dark behind it. 3. The molten orphan, the radioactive furnace. While some planets are frozen tombs, others are furnaces of their own making. Typically, rogue planets cool down over millions of years, becoming ice worlds, but a planet ejected recently, or one with a massive radioactive core, can remain geologically active for eons. This is a rocky world, slightly larger than Earth, but it possesses no oceans and no ice. It is a volcanic hellscape. Its surface a constant churning ocean of magma, kept liquid by the decay of uranium and thorium in its core. It glows with a dull, malevolent red light in the infrared spectrum. The danger of the molten orphan is not just its impact, but its trail. As it screams through space, its volcanoes are erupting continuously, venting sulfur dioxide and ash into the void. It leaves a tail of toxic, abrasive dust millions of miles long. If Earth were to pass even through the wake of this planet, our upper atmosphere would be choked with volcanic glass. The sun would be blotted out by a localized, interstellar volcanic winter, freezing the surface of the Earth while the rogue planet disappears into the distance, leaving us to die in the dark. 4. The necro world, the supernova survivor. We often assume rogue planets are dead, but this scenario challenges the very definition of life. Meet the necro world. This is a planet that originated in a system where the star went supernova. The explosion destroyed the star, but the planet survived, shielded perhaps by its own massive iron core. The supernova blast didn't just eject the planet, it irradiated it. The necro world is moving at 2 million miles per hour, propelled by the shockwave of the dying star. It is a radioactive bullet. Its surface is covered in isotopes that will remain lethal for billions of years. It glows with Cherenkov radiation, a faint, ghostly blue. If this planet were to enter our solar system, it would act as a dirty bomb on a cosmic scale. Its magnetic field, supercharged by the supernova, would disrupt the solar wind. As it passed by, it would strip away Earth's ozone layer purely through magnetic interaction, exposing us to the raw fury of the sun. It is a toxic messenger from a dead star, bringing the poison of its past to our future. 5. The shepherd planet, the shotgun blast. The threat often comes not from a solid object, but from a swarm. The shepherd planet is a gas giant, likely 3 times the mass of Jupiter. When it was ejected from its home system, it didn't leave alone. Its immense gravity dragged with it a retinue of moons, asteroids, and comets. It travels through space like a miniature solar system, a king surrounded by a deadly court. The shepherd itself might miss Earth by millions of miles, but its gravity well is a shotgun blast. As it approaches, the tidal forces of our sun would strip away its moons and comets. This debris field would be flung outward in a chaotic spread. Earth wouldn't be facing a single bullet. It would be facing a barrage. We could deflect a single asteroid, but we cannot deflect a billion tons of loose rock and ice raining down simultaneously. The shepherd reminds us that in gravity, size dictates the blast radius. 6. The diamond impactor, the unstoppable force. Now we approach the realm of extreme density. Based on the study of exoplanets like 55 Cancri E, we know carbon-rich planets exist. Imagine a planet composed largely of diamond and graphite, ejected from a carbon-heavy system. This object is incredibly dense. A planet the size of Earth would have 3 times the mass and gravity. This density makes it an unstoppable force. If a normal rocky planet hit Jupiter, it might break up. If the diamond impactor hit Jupiter, it would punch a hole straight through it. It is a cosmic, armor-piercing round. Traveling at high velocity, this planet is unyielding. If it were to pass near Earth, the tidal effects would be catastrophic because it is so dense. Its gravity is concentrated. It would trigger mega earthquakes on every fault line on our planet simultaneously. It wouldn't need to hit us to destroy our civilization. Its mere presence would shake our cities into rubble and trigger every supervolcano on the crust. 7. The Nemesis Starlet, the binary nightmare. The seventh threat is a concept that has terrified astronomers since the 1980s. The Nemesis Starlet. This is a brown dwarf, a failed star. It is massive, perhaps 50 times the mass of Jupiter, glowing faintly with internal heat, hovering on the line between planet and star. The Nemesis is rogue, wandering the galaxy. It is warm enough to have liquid water moons, but dark enough to remain hidden. The danger here is not collision, but capture. If the Nemesis entered our solar system, it wouldn't just pass through. Its mass is high enough that it could get caught in a gravitational dance with our sun. We would suddenly be living in a binary system. The orbits of Earth, Mars, and Venus would be destabilized immediately. Earth could be pulled out of the habitable zone, either boiling as it is pulled toward the sun or freezing as it is pulled toward the Nemesis. It represents a rewriting of the gravitational rules that allow life to exist. 8. The hypervelocity ice giant, the plasma comet. We move faster now to the 8th scenario. This is a planet like Neptune, but accelerated to 5% of the speed of light by a multi-body interaction involving a neutron star. At this speed, physics begins to change. The planet is moving so fast that the interstellar hydrogen gas it hits creates a bow shock of high-energy plasma ahead of it. It looks like a comet, but the head is a planet and the tail is a burning streak of fusion fire. This object is a relativistic kill vehicle. There is no warning. There is no deflection. At 5% light speed, it covers the distance from the sun to the Earth in less than 3 hours. If it hits, the energy release is sufficient to not just shatter Earth, but to vaporize it entirely, turning our planet into a momentary second sun before dissipating into a cloud of plasma. It is the absolute erasure of history. 9. The cannibal world, the atmosphere thief. The 9th scenario is a rogue planet that has wandered for billions of years, but it has not been idle. It has passed through nebula clouds, absorbing gas and dust, growing larger and denser. It is a super-Earth with an incredibly thick, heavy atmosphere, but its trajectory brings it directly through the plane of our solar system. This planet acts as a vacuum cleaner. As it plows through the asteroid belt or the Kuiper belt, it destabilizes everything. But the horror is if it passes close to Earth. It wouldn't collide. It would strip us. Its gravity would be strong enough to siphon off our atmosphere. We would look up and see the sky turning from blue to black as the air was sucked into space towards the passing giant. It would drink our oceans and steal our air, leaving Earth a desiccated, suffocated corpse spinning in the void. 10. The dark matter mirror, the phantom monster. Finally, we arrive at the 10th, and most theoretical of all terrors, the dark matter mirror. Science speculates that dark matter, which makes up 85% of the universe, might form complex structures, even dark planets. These objects interact only via gravity. They pass through normal matter as if it weren't there. A dark matter planet could be hurtling toward us right now, at the speed of light or close to it. And we would be completely blind to it. It reflects no light. It blocks no stars. It has no heat signature, but it has mass. If a dark matter planet passed through the Earth, the geological upheaval would be instantaneous. The Earth's core would be churned by the gravitational anomaly passing through it. The crust would buckle. We would feel the ground liquefy beneath us, crushed by the gravity of a phantom world. It is the ultimate cosmic ghost story, a monster that can kill us without ever physically touching us. The 10 scenarios we have simulated are extreme, but they are built on the physics of a violent universe. We know rogue planets exist. We know hypervelocity stars exist. We know that gravity is a merciless master. The probability of a direct impact in our lifetimes is infinitesimally small. The space between stars is vast, and Earth is a tiny target. But small is not zero. On a long enough timeline, the collision is inevitable. The solar system is not a fortress. It is a shooting gallery, and we have simply been lucky that the bullets have missed us so far. These rogue worlds remind us that we are drifting in a dark ocean, unaware of the leviathans swimming beneath the waves. We build our cities and live our lives assuming the ground is permanent. But in the grand scale of the cosmos, Earth is fragile, temporary, and exposed. The next time you look up at the night sky and see the darkness between the stars, remember that the darkness isn't empty. It is full of wanderers, ghosts, and bullets, rushing silently through the void. And one day, one of them will come for us. Which of these cosmic horrors do you find the most terrifying? Is it the invisible dark matter planet or the burning volcanic world? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to keep exploring the terrifying reality of our universe, share this video and join us next time. The cosmos is waiting.